What is up, whiskey noobs? We are back with another blind tasting episode. I've been having a ton of fun doing these, actually, even though I've been making a fool out of myself. So I thought, let's do some more. Let's do some more blind tastings. I'm going to give them a full rating. I have no idea what it is that I'm drinking. It could be literally anything that my wife grabbed off of my shelf, except the only exception is it can't be anything in this room. There's stuff back here that you guys can't see that is in line for me to do a gut reaction review for the Patreon page. Wouldn't be much of a gut reaction if I tried it on here first. So those are the exception, but I have, I think, over 200, maybe over 250 bottles out there. It could be any of those. So I'm pretty excited for this one because my wife said she liked the smell of it and she wants to try it. And I'm like, what is that if she enjoyed the smell of it? We're going to find out. For those of you who haven't watched the blind tasting episodes yet, a bit of advice. If you want to see what the bottle is the whole time that I'm talking about it, then there's one thing you can do, which I'll explain. If you don't want to see the bottle the whole time that I'm talking about it, there's another thing. So decide now, do you want to see the bottle or do you want to go on the journey with me not knowing what it is? Hopefully you've made a decision. If you want to see the bottle, all you got to do is go over to YouTube and go to this episode and you can see what it looks like because I'm about to move this piece of audio foam. If you are already on YouTube and you don't want to see the bottle, either don't physically watch this or like set your phone down, turn your screen over, whatever, or go over to Spotify or iTunes or any of those places and listen to the podcast through there. So those are your options. Either look at the YouTube video to see what the bottle is, or don't look at the YouTube video to not see what the bottle is. And I'm about to reveal it. I'm going to move this piece of audio foam that I have in front of it. So hopefully you've made your decision now. That's it. We're moving it. Ta-da. Okay, that is the bottle, whatever it is. I cannot see it. Hopefully everybody believes me, but the box is almost a full arm's length ahead of me. So hopefully that's clear. Okay. Once again, completely blind tasting. I'm going to start with a nose, a palate, just kind of a gut reaction, what I'm tasting, and then I'm going to go through and actually do a rating of it. If you're new to the rating system, it's going to be 10 points for nose, 10 points for body, 10 points for complexity, 10 points for harshness, 10 points for finish. That gives you out of 50. Going to double that and get a score out of it. Okay, that's enough explaining. Let's dive in. I'm going to make a fool out of myself again. I just feel like I'm going to. Let's do this. Okay, I feel like it's either high rye bourbon or rye on the nose. I'm actually getting a surprising amount of alcohol because I'm surprised because my wife said she liked the smell of it, but very white sugar, a little bit of herbs, a little bit of spices, kind of a candy type note. And then definitely some noticeable oak that's making me lean towards bourbon, but only one way to find out. Gut reaction, palate. This isn't the rating. This is just kind of like what it's tasting like to me. Well, it's got a lot of flavor, so I like it right off the bat. I think I need to do a blind tasting of a bourbon versus a rye, like a couple bourbons versus a couple ryes, and really suss out the differences there. Because like, if I taste a rye and I know it's a rye, I'm like, yeah, it's rye. And if I taste a bourbon and I know it's bourbon, I'm like, yeah, it's bourbon. But every time I do these, I second guess myself bad. I always am like, well, was that? Is that? Because there's some ryes out there that taste pretty darn bourbon-y, especially double oaked, things like that. My gut is telling me bourbon. And it's oaky. It definitely has some of that light fruit or light candy. Not really fruit. It's a little bit more sour than that. And then there was a note that I didn't want to forget to say, and here I am forgetting it. It is, a little bit salty. That's what it was. There was a little bit of like a brine type flavor to it that like left a saltiness, which makes me think it's probably a little higher strength potentially. Okay, I'm going to dive in for another kind of just feeling it out gut reaction before I go through and do the whole rating. I might be leaning towards an oaky rye now. I'm feeling like it's very black peppery and salty in a way that a lot of bourbons are not. Gosh, these, if you ever want to second guess yourself, turn a camera on and try guessing stuff about a whiskey blind. It always makes me like, well, probably not whatever you're thinking, Chris. It's probably the opposite of whatever you're thinking. All right, I'm going to do the whole tasting, get some flavor notes for you, get a rating, and we'll talk about it. I think I've landed on high rye bourbon, and here's why. There's almost no dill, no pine, very little green herb. The rye flavor that I'm getting from it is very black pepper, very salt, very baking spice, which some ryes are that way. So there's still a chance that this is a rye that's just very bourbony. I think I have PTSD from I think I said the hard truth was a bourbon and it was a rye, but I'm really shying away from that. I think it's a spicy bourbon, and so I'm think I'm gonna lock in a bourbon. I don't think it's super duper high proof. Maybe 100 proof, maybe like a bottled in bond, something like that. And then I'm going to say, I said for nose, it was an 8. The nose is spectacular. I could just sit there and nose it all day long. It's so nice. Vanilla, cinnamon, black pepper, just cozy with some pop to keep you awake. Really nice nose. The body I gave a 7. There's a good body, but it kind of like fades as it's in your mouth. Like you don't notice it. Like you notice the pop right away, and then it kind of fades out, so it gets a little hard to pull notes from. So 7 because it's pretty full-bodied, I would say. Like if I just took a sip of it, I'd be like, this is full-bodied. But it fades and makes it harder to pull notes, so that's what kept it from like an 8 or an 8.5. Complexity is 7.5. Very nice. Every time I go back, I'm getting something different. Very high score for complexity. Harshness is a 4. At least maybe it's my current palate condition. I don't know. But harshness, I'm getting strong salt, strong tannin, strong, like the undesirable harsh characteristics that you typically try to avoid. I'm getting that. And so harshness, I put it a 4. Very salty. I also put it leaves like a film on your tongue. Like you still feel this like salty film on your tongue. Finish, I put it a 6. It's a good finish, but it's a short finish. It happens very quickly. So it's not like hateful, but then like pretty quickly it goes away. And then you're left with just like a nice oak. Like right now, I still have a nice oak, but it's not a lot. Like it's just kind of like, yeah, I drank some bourbon earlier is kind of what it tastes like to me. So that puts me at an overall 65. Very respectable score, actually. I mean, a 70 is what I would consider like like mid to high shelf. So 65 is like upper mid shelf, I'd say. I don't know. That's kind of the same thing, but you know what I mean. So pretty good. Notes, I put on the nose, the vanilla, cinnamon, and black pepper that I mentioned. Then on the palate, those notes plus there was more black pepper and salt on the palate. And then a little bit of a red fruit and just a hair of oak and kind of nuttiness that made me think like Knob Creek. So it could be Knob Creek and my palate's a little off right now, so I'm getting like extra saltiness from it. That could be the case. I could see that being the case. But I don't know. I'm just babbling at this point because I don't want to reveal it because I'm scared. Okay, we're going to go through. We're going to reveal it. Then we're going to talk about my results, like what I think about that, my reaction to it. I'm stalling again. Let's just go. It's Redwood Empire's Grizzly Beast. All of that makes sense to me, actually. I'm not upset about that at all. Let me make sure my address is not on this box I just revealed. It's not, thank goodness. That all makes absolute sense to me. The tiny touch of red fruit, but mostly black pepper, a little bit of salt. This is always very salt and peppery for me. I don't hate that at all. And bottled in bond, did I guess the proof or did I guess the proof? How about that? I'm actually pretty pumped about that. So this is Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast batch number 5. To be totally transparent with you guys, I work with Redwood Empire. I love their stuff, and I've asked to work with them because I like their stuff so much. Grizzly Beast, for me personally, is not my favorite. Pipe Dream, of course, is one of my favorites. It's probably my favorite bourbon that they make, although I haven't had Haystack Needle. I've heard that that's fantastic. And if I had to pick between Grizzly Beast and Rocket Top, I would usually go Rocket Top. Something about Rocket Top I like a little bit more. So that I'm not upset by that at all. That all makes absolute sense to me. I stand by basically every note that I just said. So not much else to say other than that makes sense. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Whiskey Noobs. We're going to be doing more of these blind tastings because I think they are so much fun and such a great way to really transparently look at a whiskey. Oh, I also wanted to mention, okay, it's not high rye, actually. It's 17% rye, which isn't like hateful. There's actually a little bit of wheat in it, so I'm surprised by it. It adds so much rye influence to it. Anyhow, that's it. That's it for this episode of Whiskey Noobs. Please consider going down in the description, checking out the Whiskey Noobs crew. It's the best way to support this podcast, and the next best way is to subscribe, ring that notification bell if you're on YouTube, leave a rating, leave a review, leave a comment, like the video. You get the idea. Thank you guys all for watching Whiskey Noobs. I will leave you with Learn to Drink and what we're doing right now, Drink to Learn.